Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome back to Timberborn. I'm Lavender Mama, and this is the Lavender Tower. Now, this truly unique map, I think, is going to be quite a bit of a challenge for us. How do you think we can do? Well, let's jump in. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Oh, and bad tide. I completely forgot about that. Let's pause for a second so we can kind of do our beginning of the episode. Base touching. So our farm of trees is doing well down here, along with our farmer farms. We are trying to build up a bunch of storage because we are not getting all of our crops in. We did get the campfire in. Let's get the appropriate, level of viewing here. All right, so we did get our campfire in. We do have a beaver that is injured. Do we not have medical beds? Yes, we do not. They are in production. They are high prioritized, so they should be the things we're working on. Planks. We need some planks over here. That's part of our problem. These guys, we of course are waiting on a lot of planks as well, and a lot of logs. We do have some logs, but we don't have a great amount of them. So that's kind of a problem. Now, let's see. Over in here, we are completely full on these two. We did pause all of these pumps up here because our water storage is completely full, and until we get some more going, not really a lot those pumpers can do. Let's see here. We did get, yeah, we've got dams in there so that we can pump if we need to. With this being a bad tide, I also want to double check our set height when bad tide starts. We will probably pause these a little bit earlier than that so that we don't allow any bad water in there to contaminate what's there. They did get those done, so we are looking at not hopefully flooding everything when we have this come through, although we probably need one right there and possibly right there in order to make that completely viable, but we'll see. Oh, also I turned the music back on, so let me know if you find that too distracting. All right, so I think that's all we accomplished last time. Oh, we even have one pump down here shut off. They are clearing the trees out of here. That is giving us some lumber. All right, let's go ahead and get going then. What are we working on today? Well, we are in dire need of metal. So this whole train of ladders that will get us up to the first available metal is kind of what we're looking at. I am wondering, oopsies, that's not what I was wondering. Right here, what does this do? Why do we have a bunch of blocks? Oh. Huh. Okay, so that... I am really marveling at how this was built and how this was so efficiently woven with these different platforms. Like, okay, so where does this one actually mesh in? This right here, if we look at that, and go up instead of down connects into this one, right? But then does it also connect into this one? I think it does, because it looks like there's... You can see the funky water right there. Funky water has given it away. Yeah, that's connecting in right there to this. What is this connecting to? So we've got all of this blockage here that is connecting to these blockages here, which is connecting to here, which is connecting to right here, which that blockage right there, if we touch it, we are going to unleash the hounds of death onto our colony. But if we could get to this one, we could send the water down. So I think this one was put here that if we could get up higher and block off the bad water that's coming down, we could create a funnel to funnel it right off the map with those two. See, that's that blockage right there. So if we touch that one, we are going to unleash all of that bad tide. But I think that in the same respect, if we... Wait, where did that go? Oh, it must just be... Okay, see? This is what I'm talking about. This is diabolical. I cannot... I don't understand how that connects. All the way up. If anyone has figured it out, let me know. In the meantime, I'm wasting time. And I think it's funny that you can see our little start of our colony, our little colonies right down in there. You can see it through the hole. It's very cool. This map is just so cool. Diabolical, but cool. All right, let's get ourselves back to a level we can be looking at right now. All right, did we get that beaver taken care of? Well, he's no longer injured. Oh yes, medical beds are up and running. How are we doing? We have 2 beavers with no jobs. How is this possible? We are about to go into bad tide. Let's go ahead and we're gonna do that. Actually, we could pause the gear workshop. We aren't... It isn't needed at the moment. These both have 2 people in them. We are still working on the builder's hut. We could throw them into there. We are going to have to open that up. And we probably should do the secondary builder's hut to put extras in. Let's go ahead and mark a few of these for other things. And also let's come over here and connect that, because I see that little beaver, he's running all the way around here to get to this door. So if he could just run, that would be easier, because that's the gears. Okay. Yeah, until we get some more storage, on the go here, I think we're gonna have to... It's the planks. We're being held up by the planks, which are being held up by the trees. Oh, hey, builder's hut is done. That's cool. But now we have 3 empty jobs. What jobs are those? Oh, we only have 1 person working in this one. Maybe that's why it's so flippin' slow. Okay. All right. Oh, wait, pause. We are going to shut and shut, because if we look at that, then that is all pure water in there. Is that even gonna work? Or are we just gonna flood things? It has to work. We've done this before and we haven't flooded anything. Yeah, we'll be fine because we've got that block above there. But right now that's pure water, so it should cut down on our contamination. We might still get a little bit. And I was stupid and forgot to close that one. Can I quick? And there we go. See, that doesn't allow us to get as much. You can kind of see we can't contaminate it if it's full, which is a good thing. Oh no, I hit the wrong button. Oh goodness. All right, let's come back. You can see our ghost outline of our ladder system that we put in last time. If we can get up to, we also would have access to more trees. We could get a lumberjack up in here. That would be helpful as well. All right, I forget about all of that because we always have it we always have it set at the bottom level so that we can actually see what we're doing. All right, what's going on here? Why am I getting okay. There we go. Game was glitching out on me for a second there, but it's all right. We'll live. Okay. Let's go up. We'll just go up a couple more levels. This is still boggling me. Where are you coming from? It's what I'd like to know. Anyways, we still have fresh water coming down here. But we didn't close these. So can we... Boosh. Boosh. Jerry-rig that a little bit. Okay. Oh, this guy's running, but not running. We don't have a person in this one. Did we ever set this one up? No, we need to attach a string gauge. I'm going to attach that one. We are going to pause when greater than, let's say, 5.3, and unpause when less than 2.4. All right. Good to go. Good to go. All right. Trees are looking good over here. We did get our other two foresters in over here. So let's go ahead and unpause one of those. It can be a backup job. These guys are still pumping over here because we are still getting fresh water. And I'm wondering, can we attach to this string gauge and then tell it pause when contamination there's no contamination on that, so I'm not quite certain why it paused. I don't know. Let's come back to that at a different point. But we will get that set up. That's part of the reason why we put that contamination, whatchamacallit in there, was so that we could set it to the stream gauges to shut it down when contamination got too high. I think I just did that the wrong. Pause when contamination is greater than. I don't know what point it actually does. Unpause when it is less than, I don't know, 30%. We'll have to see if that works. We'll test with this one. You can see on the map, oh my gosh, look at that upper reservoir. It is completely contaminated now. If we go up, you can see that back trench. This is starting to get a little bit. That's starting. Let's go to the top. So yeah, this upper reservoir is completely contaminated. Let's see here. We've got water sources here and here that are what are doing the major amount of contamination. Now we've got a sinkhole here that's sucking it down, and then it's going down the main column. So I'm like, conceivably, this is flowing off the map right here. Could we create a sinkhole that just makes it come straight down here and off the map instead. I don't know where this fresh water is coming from. We've got a little reservoir of fresh water here. This one is coming from all the way over here. But where is that water coming from? That is the question. Is there a water source buried in here that's doing it? Oh my. Do you see this? This is just barely overtopping. If it would get a little bit more flow, it would spill straight down a hole, straight down all the way to us. Somewhere over in here. We have 1.3 days left in this massive mess. It looks to me like if we could get over here and we could block this over in here, we could shoot bad water right off the map right there. We also can shoot bad water off the map right here. And I think that is the level with which we are trying to get with our ladder system right now. So then we would be able to get over here and get that taken care of. So at least we might alleviate a little bit of it. That looks like it's seeping down here to this point here. So we could block that off if we just stuck a block in there. That would keep the bad water from running down right here. Okay, fine, good. Then this one right here. This one has a very merry way it's going as well. This leads back to this blockage right here. Okie dokie smoky. So if we were to block anything over this direction, it's going to end up overtopping right here, because that would increase the flow that's trying to get through there, which is literally like a little 1 block gap. Okay. It's coming down right there. And it looks like it also could be shot off the side of the map right here as well. So we could alleviate that from this point as well. I don't know where all this fresh water is coming from. Somewhere inside right here. All right, we are about to trip into man, so many nooks and crannies in this map. Such an ingenious way to go. Our only mines, I think, are here and in here. So we're gonna have to figure out how to get to those as well. Which I imagine if we're careful and we weave through, we might be able to just do a ladder down to there. If we had some dynamite, but I'm not exactly 100% certain. And there we go, bad tide ends. Can we pause? Pause. Pause. because all right, let's see here. Can we get our things back up and running? We are in for a bad time sometime soon when the bad water actually starts falling on us. That's the problem with this map. Well, not the problem, but the sneakiness of this map is that pretty soon, oopsies, this is going to flow red out of season. All right, so let's see here. Can we get this in here? Oh wow, we've got a lot of bad tide in there. So we are going to sacrifice this. Boosh. Okay. And we are going to ease this down just a little bit. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh my God. Well, one beaver is unwell. How the hell are we gonna do this? All right, so we need to figure this out and quickly. We need a block right here. Dang it. That was not what I meant to do. Let's, alt. Thank you. We need to go down just, there we go. All right. So right here and right here and right here. Okay. So let's, kind of what I thought happened there. Kind of what I thought was going to happen there did. All right, so we need high priority on this, high priority on this. Are they going to be able to get to that? I think so. And then as soon as that is done, we're going to have to take out this path piece and put in a block there. And then that should cure that, but I'm worried we need to, and of course now this is contaminated. Let's just let's get that out of there. And of course we have a beaver who is going down here to plant mangroves and harvest mangroves and all the things. So we just had them running in and out of that. Hopefully those have a while. Yeah, 27. All right, we got that in. We got that in. Okay, let's get... Okay, so right now this is kind of like keeping this area clean. We need to destroy this path piece, yes. And then we need a levee right there. Right? Right? And let's high prioritize that. I bet you some of you were like, don't do that, don't do that. We can, because we just blocked the beavers from what they were working on over here. Just extend the path like that. Okay, that block is in. Now, can we... This one is completely open. Probably should have made these floodgates, but then it would have meant that we can't get by them. All right, shall we try this again? It does look like we're mostly freshwater. So if we take this down... Nope. All right. Okay. And yet again, we flooded everything. But I think that probably has gotten most of the contamination out now. What is this saying? 21%. Man. I just, okay. All right. So do we need to come up one taller? And, okay, let's go up. We're not going to be able to reach that spot is the only problem. And we're not going to be able to... So we need here, 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 and here. I think. We go up one more. Okay, that completely takes us to the overhang above. And I think we should be able to build all of that. Our builders really must have nothing to do because they're over here so quickly. It doesn't say they can't reach that one. And we still have blue water over here. What is it saying though for... That one's at a 5% contamination. What does this one say? 1%? I think it's starting. If you look up here in the on the little mini map, you can see that the water is starting to clear up here, but that's a lot of water. And I think we have the contamination is starting to build. All right, let's see here. We still 80%. We must have been nighttime. They've already started building that one. Yeah, they're just going around the end here. All right, so that didn't work out quite the way I thought it was going to, because there's a chimney. There is a chimney above this. Or is it connected to another water source? All right, it almost feels like we need to reroute during bad tide. Where does this go? Oh yeah, no, that doesn't work because it's rerouting it right to here. Which wouldn't work for our plans. All right. It would be optimal to just shoot it right off the map, but we need tunnels for that. What do we need for tunnels? We need explosives and extract. We are far, far away from that. But that I think might be our... Oh, it's all done. It's all done. Oh, but do you realize what I did now? I can't open and close those because I can't see them. All right, let me get to the optimal level. Okay, it's being funky again. There we go. All right, now if I open this... Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Okay. that was not great, but at least the water wasn't as contaminated. So we need to, because it's only one wide, go very slowly on that open. Let's try that again and see what our optimal... If I come down just... No, we just flood everything. Probably because we're going into a one wide. Okay. So we kind of need to cover over this stuff, I think. Like our original plan was. In order to make it so that it gets to here. Let's get this contamination flushed out. And then, that is kind of a pain in the butt, ain't gonna lie. To, have to zoom down like that. All right, contamination level, how are we at? We're at 0% now. We are going to go to the 195. We're gonna put this one at the 0.7 that we need it. And then we can... I think it was 3.5 we had it at, and oh, those are already... We'll just flood everything. We'll flood everything. It needs to equalize a little bit here. All right, how are we doing over here? We still are at 1% contamination, which could be... No, can't be, because we've got enough force coming through here to push back. And we've got the dams there. So it is coming from above. And you can start to see that that top reservoir is clearing out. All right, we are light on logs again. We do have one contaminated beaver from that first splash. All right, let's go ahead and get this dealt with. Not 100% certain how far we need to come with that. So let's just lay... that in for right now. Kind of just pressurize that whole area. All right. How are we coming on some of the other things we are working on? We still... Planks are a bane of our existence. We need this up. Because if we had that up, our food would skyrocket. We also don't have a spot for coffee beans, do we? I don't think we do. And I'm thinking those would probably be best, like, right over here. Since this is where... We did get this ladder in, so we could put some warehouses up here. Maybe we just go with... No, that ain't gonna work. Maybe we just put in another big one? That was meant for log storage. do it like that, so then if we decide we need more storage on top of here, we could just put some platforms on the front. Coffee beans. And this one is going to be blueberries. All right. We've got a lot of blueberries in stock already, but never hurts to have more. We are needing a few more beavers though. So I think we are going to throw in another breeding pod. We'll put it right there. And we have all this blueberry storage right here, so that's not a problem. All right. So, how are we looking over here? Contamination has jumped to 3%. I would like to, I think, get that pushed up. Is that going to flood everything? Because I think we're going to start seeing... Yep, right there. You can see it right there. We're starting to see more contamination from the end over here. Yeah, there it comes. It's up to 4%. Alrighty. %. I think theoretically, because we have the water coming out of here and pushing straight through these dams, I don't think that it will let any of this water backwash into here. Can we get away with that without flooding? It's really hard to see with the trees in here. I guess we do have a stream gauge right here. We did not set these up. I was thinking we were supposed to have set these up to this stream gauge that if they felt contamination, they closed. But I think we've got enough pressure coming through here to keep that flowing that way. This guy is still running, so whatever we set up there is working. And as you can see, that's getting progressively more red. 7%. We're still at 0 here, so I think this is doing the trick. We could put those dams back in if we need to, but I don't think we need to. Alrighty. How are we doing down here? There is no one working in here. I have an idea for right here. That would have us use a tunnel to come through here and create a channel with a sluice on the end that would only allow fresh water into here. But that's going to take us a while to build. a while. And it needs dynamite. All right, so let's see. How are we doing? We still have no planks. They have started working on those stairs. I'm gonna up priority on that now that we're kind of like okay again. We do not have a gear shop stealing any gears. Oh, did they build this guy over here? They did. So now we've got a whole nother tank for water. All right. So thinking in that respect, if we are going to have this turn into a freshwater reservoir, we definitely have to get all of this cleared. What's the range of this guy? He can get those as well. Because what I'd like to do is then put platforms over it, install some pumps and some water tanks over at least a portion of it to create that spacing. It's this level right here. So this particular rock right here is the one that is what we have to get to. And then, if I remember correctly, we realized none of these blockages in here were actually useful. So let's go ahead and work on taking all of those out since we have so many builder beavers that are doing nothing. I think that's all of them. And I'm going to pop priority on this one over here. I don't think, yeah, we could just kick that down. We have 2 in there. We have 2 in there. We're down to 8 gears. We aren't building anything that requires gears at the moment, so I don't think that's such a big idea, a big thing. We've got quite a bit of power coming out of here, so I think we probably should be looking at our next item we need for... We do not have a stable enough power supply to worry about an engine yet. But the next thing we're gonna need is a smelter. So I am going to go ahead and we might not need all of those. We need that one. That would let us put in the smelter without having to jog everything forward. So I think that's probably our next thing. We probably should at some point change those out for an actual like pathway. Since we haven't done that. Too far from district. Okay. Let's throw in a path. And how far can this guy reach? Do we have this all marked for cutting? Pretty much everywhere he can reach we have marked. All right, and then it'll be a matter of figuring out where we actually, how big we want this reservoir to be. If we had dynamite, I would just implode everything in here and make it just one big thing, which we might possibly do at a later date. All right, how are they coming back here with our ladderage and everything? They are working. Next one is up. We definitely need more planks. So what is stealing all our planks at the moment? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lower priority on all of this. This is going to be a future project. Okay, what else we got? Oh, these guys. That's what's taking on the planks. I'm going to take that one down, as we don't even have cassava planted yet. I'm going to take that one lower. We did need that one. Oh, we had a coffee bean warehouse right there. Oops. Well, now we have two. Now we have two. Oh, hey, I wasn't even paying attention. Contamination level down here is 19%. We still have this guy pumping. We are still good there with 0 contamination. You know what? I just realized we don't have a warehouse for mangrove fruit. Probably don't need it. Let's see, we could just put in a couple of small warehouses along like that. And like that. Right? And then we could put in boosh. Okay. All right. Water-wise, we do have quite a bit. And we are getting close to time for today. And it feels like we haven't accomplished much, but we have. We have made forward progress in lots of things. We've made forward progress in not flooding everything over here. Yeah. I don't know why the... Oh, he's marked really low. That's why. I'm gonna just kick that up just a little bit. So we've made forward progress in trying to figure out our flooding situation over here. Hopefully with this, that will kind of help that. We got this tank in. We got some extra storage in. We have started our rise to metal. Yeah. I really kind of should probably go up and claim this whole stack as our priority. So we're gonna come up here and we're gonna boosh, boosh. Okay. That will get us up to there. We do have plenty of science so that now we can put in a couple of metalsmiths, and we probably want a forester up here. So let's go ahead and throw forest guy there. I don't know, we might want to go that way, so I'm going to leave that open. And let's claim all these trees for the glory of the Lavender Tower. Any trees we've got in here? This is going to be a little wonky and weird in here because we're going to have to do multiple levels worth of metal harvesting in here. So there's a lot of metal over in this area. There's a lot of dead trees. So let's mark them so that we don't forget where we were. What we were doing. This is going to be a problem though. I didn't realize that there was bad water right here, which we're not going to be able to step into. So let's see here. Can we... Oh, they're going to want to walk right over that. Can we put a levee right there? And like that. Let's make that a lower priority so they don't try to do that first. And then let's put a... ladder there. Ladder there. Right? Oh, looks like that might not work either. I'm not paying attention here, but let's see here. Can't tell. Is that the same level? They might not be able to get to there because of these ruins. That might be a future thing. Wait a second. How did they build that one? Can somebody tell me? Did they build straight up? Like, I'm so confused. How did they build that one before they built any of these? What? I am so confused right now. How did that happen? How did that happen? We are going to go ahead and throw it on a scavenger flag. Yes. And we will connect these guys into there. And then I think I'm going to come like right... If they clear some of the trees, then we'd be able to stick like a warehouse right here. For them to stack all of their metal in. I am so confused right now. What, huh? How did that happen? I also am a little worried that a beaver is going to walk in this. Probably overkill, but hey. That is taking up one of our... I don't like that. That is taking up one of our easement spaces. Although, no, it's not. Ah, drought approaching. The drought is coming. It's coming. All right. I think that on that note, we are going to leave it for today. What did we accomplish? We kind of went over quite a few of those things. Our berry storage is getting low over here. I mean, our berry storage is fine. These guys are collecting all of these ones out here. We probably could stick in a ladder like right here that would allow them to get up and get all of these ones. Yep. Kind of, sorta. It doesn't get those ones. Why not? We move that over one, does it? Yes. Okay. We were getting out of here for today. But yeah, we have started the rise into the heavens. Okay. To get to the metal, I am not understanding how they're able to get these higher ones. It makes no sense to me. So if anyone wants to explain that to me, I understand that they can build up, they can build down, but they haven't even gotten to that level yet. So how can they build that? I'm so confused. Like, there's no ladders here to get them up to there. So confused. Like, oopsie, so confused with what's going on here. But hey, we are accomplishing things. We are accomplishing things. So with that, I'm going to say thank you for watching. I appreciate you being here. I know that you have many things that you could watch. And many times, you don't have to watch me. And I appreciate you watching. That was really clunky now, wasn't it? But I'm going to just leave that in, because that's the way we roll here. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.